Welcome to Heresy Heretics, where we do stupid things with stupid mods. We're going to be painting up. We're going to be painting up this guy. And there we go. Everything is good to roll. So let's just start off with this for a moment, shall we? We adjust some camera angles. There we go. Put him there. All right, what is everybody up to? So basically today, you guys get to pick what chapter Space Marine we're gonna paint. Like usual, I'll leave it up for a couple of minutes, let some people come on in, and basically start to vote. Karian, what's up? Thanks for joining. TJG, T, what's going on? This is the fancy little chaplain from the Indominus box set. I know, right? How long has it been since you've heard about any models from Indominus? It came in, it sold out, it went up for resale again, it sold out, and then nobody cared. And it got stupid expensive in there, which is fine, I guess. But yeah, what are we gonna paint it as? Pick a 1,000 Suns. That sounds like heresy to me. I approve. All right, so we have a 1,000 Suns vote to paint the chaplain from Indominus. We'll leave it up. RS, what is up? Good to have you back, my guy. 1,000 Suns. That's different, man. I like that. That out of all the things that I thought I would have gotten today, 1,000 Suns is not one of them. I had assumed maybe something like I don't know, white scars for people to be a dick to make me paint white over a black base coat. Assumed maybe something along the lines of who's been popular lately? Salamanders. I've heard a lot more about salamanders lately for some reason. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I don't mind salamanders. But yeah. 1,000 Suns. For everybody just joining, you get to pick the chapter today of what we are painting. This is also up on YouTube. So we could have something there. 2 sluggers. My volume is very low. It's probably because I was very far away from the microphone. But we can adjust. We can turn things up. How is this, my friend? All right, so we have a vote for 1,000 Suns. 2 sluggers. Do you have a preference of what we are going to paint this little Indominus chaplain as today? And hopefully the primer is dry. I literally just finished spraying it, looked up, and it was time to live stream. Which sounds a lot like me. But, great, excellent. So, yeah, we'll leave it up for a few more minutes, just while we check some other stuff out. Like this, I wasn't going to show this off, but it was there. So this is my Night Lord's Rhino. Full graveyard and everything. I honestly don't know where the idea for this came from, but this actually came first. I saw a few cool other rhinos, and I just thought, that is super duper Night Lords. Let's do something like that. We also have the iron here. If you haven't gotten a chance to check out the latest episode of 40K in 40 seconds, this little guy had a bad time, which is fair because he has had a remarkably good time of late. People have started calling him the Iron Here champion. So that's one of those things. Anna, thanks for joining. All right, guys, we only have a few more minutes. So what are we painting this up as? I'm going to put it up for 2 more minutes. You're back, Selby. I would have to say salamanders. All right, so we've got a vote for salamanders, and we have a vote for Thousand Suns to paint this guy up. William, thanks for the follow, my man. It is melee. It just is. It's one of those fun things. So salamanders sounds interesting. I do not have a great selection of greens with me at the moment, so that could get fun. But we have one for salamanders. We have one for what's it called? Thousand Suns, which is super interesting. I don't know what I'd be painting it like. Because if we're just following blue and gold, it's gonna look like an ultramarine. Unless we go Heresy, where they're red, and then they're gonna look like Blood Angels. I'm all for it. This is just one of those things. Alrighty. 1 more minute. Oh, we have another vote in. Okay, ultramarines. Fucking great. We can do ultramarines. That's fine. So we have one of each. We have salamanders, ultramarines, Thousand Suns. If you have another one, send it up. Let's do this thing. I am very ready to paint. I may most like. I don't know what's happening, but I choose Blood Angels. Okay. Fair enough. So now we have a couple on the ropes. Let's I don't know what to do. This is one of those lazy person streams where I get everybody to pick what I'm gonna do because I am very not decisive. Until it comes to dinner time, then that's a whole different ball game. I'm a big guy, like a 6'2" half islander, ready to devour whatever comes my way, essentially. But all right, I suppose we'll close that up, and we've got one of each. So I think we need to roll some dice. So let's do that. I'll grab out some. There we go. I suppose that this might be the fairest way to do so. All right, so we have Blood Angels, Ultramarines, Salamanders, and Thousand Suns. Whoever gets the highest roll, that's what we are painting today. God damn it, it's Thousand Suns. How am I going to make this look Thousand Sunish? Or do we paint it red? I don't know. Challenge accepted. Oh, good lord. Instead of rolling dice, maybe do a mashup of all. Okay, let's do Rainbow Marines. I'm into that. Let's just pretend he's some kind of chaos fellow. And we will do something. I love that, Sarah. Let's do that. Okay. So how about we go with Salamander Skin? Could have gone Death Company for Blood Angels. Like, it's already black. I'm just about finished. Okay, so let's do something special there. Okay, I'm going to need some paintbrushes. Pull out some trusty old Raphaels. I think the biggest question is, should I be zenithaling this first to make it easier for myself? I don't know if I want to, but I think I'm going to. So, what's on the cards, everybody, today? I know I'm painting and being the usual dickhead of dickheads. I am going to give this a little zenithal, by the way, so I'm pulling out the airbrush. But yeah, what's been going on? What's been happening in the hobby worlds of everybody? What's been happening in the personal lives of everybody? Don't mind me, but I'm all for it. Let's just get this watered down enough. Give it a little test spray. Yes, no, you want to do anything? There we go. Now it's coming out. Very splattery. I don't like that. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Ugh. TikTok, you're gonna have to move up here. This is gonna be rad. I fucking hope so. Let's just. Wow. Straight off the bat, just Speckle City. Yeah, this is not going well. That is not a good start. Oh, good God. Why is life like this? I knew I shouldn't have done it too. I just knew it. We're actually going with, we had 4 even votes, so we're just doing a mix-up of everything. Thanks for the follow, guys. Love it. So what's on the hobby world? I think there's some GW thing on today. A little bit smoother, still very speckly. That'll do. Been happening. I just started to build my Custodes. I bought my friend's 1K because he's moving and wanted to downsize. So I'm taking up 2K Shadowkeeper. That is pretty cool. I actually have a bundle of Shadowkeepers here. I am painting this up as a bit of a commission for a buddy of mine. Said buddy is actually a new partner on for the channel, which is super cool. But no, that's awesome. Where are you up to with the painting? This is not going well. I don't know why I'm still trying. I think I've got an airbrush club. That makes sense. Let's just sit here and fiddle with an airbrush while people watch me do it. That sounds like an awesome idea for a stream. That is shocking. Oh, that's the worst highlighting I've ever done. That'll do. That'll do. I'm not doing that anymore. Where are we up to? Everything goes well until you say, why don't we experiment a little? That is 100% right. I think it's a live stream about 10th edition. Yes, I do think it is. I think it's like a reveal thing. Which is fine. Nothing wrong with reveals. That's literally what we live for. If you're a Warhammer fan and or player, you go to. We live from release to release, and I don't know, that just becomes life. Yeah, I'm just still trying to push on with this airbrush for some reason. All right, you know what? We're not going to do that. We're not going to worry about the airbrush. Ugh. But this is what I was saying the other day. There's a lot of people out there that keep saying you need an airbrush. You don't. Sometimes they just end up being more trouble than they are goddamn worth. I'm fussing with the last unit assembly of my Elder army. Ooh, the Shining Spears are a real pain in the ass. Not as bad as a Sermon. And Warp Spiders, I did. Holy cow, they're a nightmare. They are. There is. Wait until. If you're an elf player, where did I just put it? If you're an elf player, wait until you get a hankering for Inari. The Incarn is probably the single most frustrating model I have ever put together. And that's not even just GW stuff. Like, we're including Malifaux. Malifaux is notorious for being incredibly finicky. But oh, good lord. That was such a pain. All right, let's start off with our Rainbow Marine. I know what we're gonna do. Got it. All right, since we're going a little bit more rainbow, we are going to go inspired by the ever-loving Voltron. If you do not know who Voltron is, you may be a little young, which is perfectly fine. I am an old man. But basically, Voltron is just this super cool robot with a bunch of different colors because he's literally made up of many lines. Big note from me. Got the avatar. Look, the avatar is an amazing model. It is so super duper easy to see how that became the model of the year kind of thing. It was absolutely fantastic. Shadowkeepers look nice. Thank you. I know I'm getting a bit past. Hey, what do you guys think of the new Terminators and Primaris can wear them now too? That is a super interesting question. Because I found it strange. They've put it a little closer to true scale, which is cool. They've kept the classic armor, which is also cool. They could have very easily stuffed up Terminators and have everybody hate them forever. So I'm kind of into it. It does kind of help that. What am I doing? Is that red? It does help a lot that with my conversions. I spent many more hours than I probably should have trying to convert what's it called? Trying to convert Terminators into these bloody something that actually fits on the table. Yes, I'm using contrast paint. Don't at me. Yeah, Voltron Soup. Oh, such a cool show, man. Didn't expect to hear Voltron this year. That I am old. One of my dreams, and I have looked into this a little bit. I live in a constant state of nostalgia, which is fine, I suppose. Much to my wife's chagrin, which I love the word chagrin. Thank you, Ninjon, for teaching me that. So I live in a constant state of nostalgia. Everything just replaying from my childhood in the early 90s and all that kind of thing. Things that just kind of get left by the wayside a lot. And things that kind of make reappearances, which is also super cool at times. Voltron's right arm was also red, wasn't it? So yeah, no, I go back a lot. So one of my favorite things in the whole world, as far as an idea for wargaming goes, is getting the license of a bunch of 80s and 90s cartoons, and having it kind of like squads to squads kind of thing. That is something that I think is just would be the absolute bee's knees and make at least $15 on Kickstarter. So that's I want to get I want Biker Mice from Mars in there. I want Street Sharks in there, Ninja Turtles. We need a new Ninja Turtles game. IDW did a pretty cool job, and then kind of ran off with everybody's money, which is not cool. So I would love that, and I've looked into licensing rights before, and it just seems incredibly, one, expensive, two, almost like it won't happen. Some of these things become exclusive, and yeah, so. But yeah, I'm not pouring my mortgage into it. Essentially, I'm not selling the kids on the black market to make this a reality. So we digress. However, I am actually working on a game system at the moment. It's something I've been toying around with for a long time now. One of the hey, we got stuff happening. So we're Chooch Factor, Mike, Paul, and Muhammad. Thanks for the follow and the joins, guys. Love it. Sorry, I've been lost in my own little world of one, painting, and two, talking about nostalgia stuff. That is where I live. But yeah, I've always thought that there's some really, really cool ideas that just haven't been touched on yet. And that makes me sad. Especially when we can do such awesome, cool things. Because awesome, cool things is an awesome, cool way of saying things. Cuz Thor, thanks for the follow, guys. Voltron's other arm was green. So this is where our salamanders come in. Instead of contrast, I am going to go. Stay with me on this one. It's going to look horrible before it looks less horrible. So what I like to do, and I haven't done there, and I really should now that I'm thinking about it. I use contrast paints as a tint, just to kind of shift the hue, punch the saturation, that kind of thing. So what I like to do when I'm painting a lot of these colors is put something down that is going to start popping for me. Something that has a bit better a coverage. This is also why I wanted to put in a strong Zenithal, but life was against me today. So to pop out the emerald green that we have, or that I have, that is going to be the right arm, the left arm, the stage right arm. We are going to throw down some goblin green. And if you're on a little bit before, if you've seen any of the other stuff from the channel, you would have noticed. One, I'm an idiot. Two, the commission for Shadow Keepers that I did, which I still feel hilarious about. My buddy actually wanted. We decided to go old school with the colors for the base. We couldn't decide what to base it for. Hold up, they made Voltron in 2016. Yeah. There was a remake. It was not a fantastic remake, but it was a remake. So we do have new Voltron. Which is cool. They do find a lot of these licenses come back. They're actually making a new Biker Mice from Mars as well. I think they tried to pull out. They did Biker Mice, I think, back then as well. It was roughly around the same time from memory. Or it might have been 2020. I hope they get a little love rules wise. What's that for the Terminators? Look, if what I'm in two minds with this. So with the Terminator thing, they did say specifically that they can be Primaris or runners firstborn, so just your standard Terminators, which is weird. So yeah, I don't know what they're going to be doing there. Like, are we going to get two sets of data sheets? Is it going to be some kind of upgrade that we can pay for later? Yeah, there's a lot of bewildering stuff here. There's a lot of things at play, a lot of things at risk, because there is a bit of a movement at the moment. What faction? Oh, Zach, I apologize. So basically, what we do here is I let people vote on what I paint, or since I picked up a Space Marine today, what faction it was going to be. We had a tie. That tie was for Ultramarines, Thousand Suns, Blood Angels, and there was something else, wasn't there? Salamanders. I'm literally painting green. How did I forget the salamander part? So basically, what happened is we rolled some dice, and the highest the dice was in the color was going to be the scheme. We did that, and then we ignored it because somebody on YouTube, Sarah, came up with the idea of let's just paint a mix of them. And the second I thought about that, we decided we're going to paint Voltron. So that's what we're doing. We're painting Voltron. It's going to cost 1 CP and make your data sheet Primaris shake my head. That would not surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all. And look, it'd be fine. CP is at a premium to start with. It sounds like they're trying to move away from that as well, by reducing a lot of strats and things like that. So we'll see. The mutt of the Space Marines, essentially, yeah. Yeah. So this is basically going to be Voltron. What else we had? Sorry, Tarek. One thing I wish Votan troops had were dome helm options. Yeah, they do, don't they? Kind of want them with bubble. Oh, you mean like the full domes? Okay. There is actually a way to do that, and rather cost effectively. Thanks, Selby. Yeah. So if you wanted this, green is going on terribly, by the way. If you want those bubble helms, you can go and get some ball bearings very, very cheaply. I would recommend scuffing them up a little bit if you can, just so the primer adheres a little better. And that will give you your dome. You put that in the neck pocket, all you will see is the top. It's now you just don't get the visors for every. Ah, okay. Yeah, I get you. There was also a guy that did fish tank helmets. He found like these clear half circle things. God damn, I'm an idiot. Which was kind of cool. Because he had the painted head inside, and then he put that on the not inside, the outside, as normal people would call it. Don't want any of that. Don't want that. Of course, it's rolled under here. I need a new paint rack. Good God, do I need solutions for storing paints? Especially now that everything's set up to try and paint on camera. Currently building a battleship, working a lot of pyrotech at 350 scale. Good Lord. How's it going? Something that size, are you putting lights in it? That's kind of like, that's the best thing ever. I fucking love lights in miniatures. But I suck with wiring, so I don't do it. Unless I literally go and get like Christmas lights or something stupid. If I can find something that fits in there and I just have to drill a hole to poke it through, I'm in. Like my, what's it called? I have a Dreadclaw that has a Bluetooth speaker in it. Because all I had to do, like the Bluetooth speaker was small enough that all I had to do was basically not put the bottom on it. Yet to see Hector with LED cabin lights. Yes. Oh, what's has anybody seen, I can't remember who it's by. The name escapes me at the moment. There is a gentleman that has just done the Sax Plane Marine, in a Land Raider, and it's completely remote controlled, and it just looks, it's amazing. It's got fucking real flamethrowers, which I thought was pure insanity, but I love it. I'd love to see more stuff like that. And yes, I know what you're thinking. That's horrible, but stay with me. It's going to be fine. Promise. I've got a. I should have a good couple of hours here to get this looking semi-respectable. Hoping new Votan rosters include a tank with a dome turret. Yes, 100%. Should I jump into 40k with 10th edition? Coming from Warhammer Fantasy 6th edition. Kim, I love that. I have a bunch of old fantasy stuff that I've been waiting for Old World to pull out. Short answer, if you want to, if you like the idea of playing, from the sounds of it, they're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff with 10th edition as far as it being, what's the word, accessible without costing like a stupid amount of money. Like the, what's it called? Good Lord, it's one of those days. The McFucking, oh god damn it, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Combat patrol boxes. So it sounds like they're making that close to their own system, which is basically still going to be like all of our normal rules. But yeah, so you can grab one of those, get into it fairly easily. That might be a fairly solid way of testing out the waters that isn't costing you a fortune. In saying that, if you're coming from Warhammer Fantasy Battles, you know GW, this is going to be a very luxury thing to start with. But yeah, I put fireworks inside my whirlwind. If I hit your unit, insta kill. I'm in 100%, Sarah. I'm 100% on it. That is. I used to have. I used to play against a guy when I first started playing many years ago. 20 years ago this year. And he would. He had this fucking Skaven catapult thing. That he'd put rubber bands around, and yep, same thing. He did not let, because weapon facing was a thing back then. At least it wasn't 40k. He would basically let that roll, and just fling little paper balls or little bits of plastic or whatever he had that he thought was hilarious. Ball bearings one time. And wherever that went, that's what hit. And then he'd just do the wound roll. Unless it knocked a model over, then that we would count that as a successful wound. And that was an absolute ball. So I would 100% be backed by that. Let's see. Ball turrets on the old bombers, yeah. I spent 20 hours painting 150 points worth of Badline for AOS. How do you keep from taking so long? That is the trickiest of questions. But I suppose it also kind of depends on what you want to get out of it. God, that's rough. Yeah, it really depends on what you want to get out of your paint jobs. Are you looking to just get in and out and get playing on the table? Are you looking to have an awesome standard, or are you looking to be a painter? I'm just going to kick on this hairdryer just to dry this shit out. I'll try and hide it. If that works, awesome. If not, my apologies. Look, you can try a couple of different things. You can do like speed chop. That's one of those things. But yeah, speeding up your painting is just practice, practice, practice. There's a few little things that you can roll around there. Speed chop, airbrush, those kind of things. Probably the two best ways of speeding up paint jobs. This is looking god awful. Why did I agree to this? But yeah, no, it's, I don't know. It's one of those things that is difficult. But what is your what's your planned outcome? What is it that you want to do with your miniatures, basically? I'm an ogres guy when it comes to Fenrir's out. Yeah. I'm elves, always elves. I started with elves. I will end with elves. I will middle with elves. Um, I don't know why though. I've just always been a massive, massive elf fan. When it comes to wargaming, usually because the miniatures are pretty cool. And what am I doing here, you ask? Well, this is going to be a yellow leg. So now I have to paint yellow over a black base coat. Pulp sci-fi sort of style. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm the golden boys. Where's my bananas? Ugh. All right, so if you haven't seen it, this is my favorite custodian that I actually own. So this guy has been absolutely devastating because the other ones that I have here, the Shadow Keepers, that are a buddy of mine, are cursed. That's a tricky question. I love how Wood Elves played in fantasy. We don't get too much of that in AOS because elves went weird. But then high elves, because of where fantasy kind of ended, high elves were left on top for the better part of the last decade a bit. So that's probably what I had the most experience with. They were just damn cool, man. It's one of those things. But yeah. What is that face? That is, I think it's a 28.5, or 26.5, one of the two. It's actually one of the slotted bases from War Machine because when I found those particular bananas, that was literally the closest box to me. Privateer Press, who have been awesome, sent me a War Machine box for the Caldor set, which is super cool. I love it when companies send me free stuff. I love it even more when the reps from those companies are super awesome. And the guys that I've been talking to from Privateer Press are just great. What a great dude. I'm not going to dox him on here or anything. You're off, Selby. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for stopping in. I think, I don't know. Yeah, Deepkin, a fairly fresh take on elves. Yeah. It was a cool way to look. I know a lot of people have issue with AOS lore. I haven't read enough of it to really care because I don't care about lore. That's just one of the things that it really doesn't grip me. I watch movies and shit and I love cool stories, but I just don't care. Just let me paint a miniature. Like, for God's sake, we're painting Voltron essentially right now. And this was one of the characters out of one of the most sought after kits in the last couple of years. But yeah. Also, people out there that are struggling with painting yellow, this is currently my favorite way to do so. And yes, I understand it is not yellow. So this is beige from Vallejo, which is a really, really cool, lovely, creamy light color. And it covers pretty well. Like, I'm still going to have to do a couple of coats on this. But this is over black. Like, check that out going over black. Yeah, that's the best thing. 100% agree. So for those on YouTube, I love that there's so many sides of this hobby that people can enjoy. And that is 100% correct. Just because I'm into something doesn't mean you have to be into something. Just because you're into something doesn't mean I'm going to be. And that is just bang on, 100% the coolest thing about this. Does it start arguments? Goddamn right it does. Between friends, yeah, 100%. Between enemies, more than likely. That's actually how a lot of people become enemies. Redbone Primer plus Lamenter's Gold and Yellow makes for great coverage with Citadel. It does. It does. I don't use a lot of Citadel stuff anymore. Because the price for what you get is a little ridiculous. If there's something specific, yeah, 100%, I don't care about buying it. But I'm big on Vallejo. Yeah, so check this out. It's gonna look shit. This whole thing is fucking terrible. This was the worst idea, and I shouldn't have listened to you, sorry. So yeah, I've got some beige down. So now what I'm doing is coming with some German orange, which is like this weirdly saturated, almost salmon kind of color. And this is going to be the shadows. So I'm just going to go follow around some of these panels where I probably want some shadows, maybe. It's kind of like sketch highlighting, but in reverse. And then we're going to transition over a little bit. But please keep in mind, I am not by any means a display painter. I actually recently had I painted Abaddon and gave it a female elf head, so now she is Abigail. And I've been trying to paint that with some non-metallic metals, and look, to a tabletop standard, it is perfectly fine. But I asked feedback from Big Dano, who is one of Australia's probably more prolific painters. Fantastic, fucking amazing diorama guy. And just a cool guy. Like, if you ever get a chance to check out his stream or check him out on YouTube, 100% do it. It's just super cool. I was going to take those two colors and mix them 50-50, so I've got some kind of blend down. Yeah, but Big Dano is so cool, man. You love my Warhammer 40 seconds. I love it too. It's a pain in the ass to do, but I love it a lot. And thank you. Don't hate, it'll make for an interesting conversation piece. It will. I find that I have my entire journey on YouTube and now TikTok has become a conversation piece. So I actually made the conscious decision this year to up my painting ability. I've been an alright painter for, like, I've been playing for 20 years. But my big thing was conversions. I love converting things. And my paint jobs, they did get better. And it was just one of those things that, that comes with time. Even if you're not trying, it still comes with time. You just get better at doing things. And then I made the conscious decision of, I'm at a point where I probably could become a display painter if I put in the work. So that's what I'm going to do. Which means I have a couple of things, and just here. So I recently painted a Space Marine. This was a month or two ago now. And the whole idea was to have a benchmark. So I could see where I'm improving and all that kind of thing. It's something that I did in an hour. I don't think I have the model here. I usually... Oh, no, I do. I've got two models here. Speaking of conversation pieces. All right, so this is that model. Just 1 hour super easy. It's got some good shadowing in there. It's got some highlighting in there. It's fairly neat. Got the eyes. Got some visual interests. This would be what I would call my tabletop standard. Now, I didn't want to put 10 hours into this thing, um, because I don't feel like that's a very good representation of where my skill level would be at. So I've decided an hour. If I can make things pop in an hour, and see the difference there, I think that's a pretty good level of brush control and all that kind of thing. So I painted him, and since then I've painted a few other things. I want to show you my Abigail. There we go. So there we go. Abigail the Despoiler, because there is an elf head. Now this, I did not mind the non-metallic metal until I got some feedback. The wing, as far as reading is non-metallic, no dramas. Even the marine on the base, no dramas. But it's all that trim. All that trim is what's kind of sent everything else sideways, and that's an issue. So that's something I want to kind of work on a little bit more. So yeah, you can see that wing there. It's got some textures in there. You can see the high spots and the reflections, blah 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 blah. But yeah, it's look, I'm happy with it. I like it. I would put it on the table. I probably wouldn't put it into a competition. Now, here's the real conversation piece. Everybody, this should be the favorite thing in the world. So, some time ago, so much time in on that. Yeah. How do you put on good base? I end up with slightly visible brush strokes and paint. Yeah. Best thing there is paint thin, paint many. The big old thing from the old two thin coats himself, Mr. Duncan Rhodes, is literally doing two thin coats. I'll show you when we get up to here, but it's, yeah, you want a nice consistency of paint. That is a massive, massive thing. But yeah, it also comes down to just trying it out. Painting more, you will just come across things that work for you, which is always the best part. Now, conversation piece. This is a couple of months ago. I jumped in the back of a car with a little painting desk and painted a white scar. Yes, because they're zoomy. So my wife drove around town looking for every damn roundabout, speed bump, corner, sweeping hills that she could, and I'd try and paint the back. The video did not do so well, and this was the result. So this was painting the back of the car. It's one of those things that is absolutely god awful. But it was so much fun. So this is a miniature that I absolutely love. Not because quality of paint job, but because of the memory, the sentiment behind it. That's what I think we should all be kind of aspiring for. Go paint a mini in a car. Go and try it. It's hilarious. All right, so let's do this yellow. So basically all it is, I've done beige, and then put some shadows in with the German orange, and then 50-50 just to kind of go over the transition a little bit. And now we're going to pull out the Imperial Fist contrast paint. This is what I've done for all my X-Men from Marvel Crisis Protocol. So this is going to be a super, super vibrant yellow. And look at that. Super simple, straight over. We've got some lovely little contrast in there, some shadowing. And that's all we want. Now this is a super, super strong color. Like you can even, it doesn't read that well over black, but you can still see it. Like that's insane. Yellows are usually one of the worst kind of paints. But this thing goes kapow. So look, even if I put it over the grey, I don't know if you can see it in there, but it still reads as yellow. So that's it. That's my yellow. That's the trick. But look, there you go. Yeah, so you get a whole bunch of. So yeah, you too, YouTube. Don't know if that's settling or not for you. Yeah, not really. Too vibrant for the good camera. But yeah, just that little bit of color in there. That little bit of desaturated orange gives it some nice tones, pops it out. But yeah, no, it's cool, man. I love doing this kind of stuff. Let's go check over here. Okay. All right, everyone to the easy one. Dang, nice. Yeah, no, but that's all it is. Those three paints, the beige, the German orange, and that yellow contrast. And you saw how quick that was. Like, if you actually started with the Wraithbone, or some kind of beigey, creamy, bony, kind of base coat or undercoat, wherever you want it. You just have to paint in your shadows, and then bam, straight to the contrast paint. And you could do an entire Imperial Fists or Eandon army in next to no time, to be honest. Now I get to show you a trick with my. Oh, god damn it! I missed that whole panel. That's fine. We're just looking at it this way. Don't look at that. I might as well do it while I'm here. But yeah, no, so you can even do the reverse. So I'll show you starting in with the orange, because this is supposed to be a little bit more shadowed in here. So we start out with our darker color, and then we can pull up to our brightest, which a lot of people do. Some people don't like to do it, which is fine. Everybody paints different. No dramas, no whoppers. What's going on in real life for everybody? How long? Well, okay, let's start off here. Do you find some kits more fun to paint than others? I find it hard to enjoy some of them. 100%. And some of them are so fucking just so stuff like Abaddon. I loved painting Abaddon. The Obliterators, loved painting Obliterators. Where is she? My Rhonda Blackmane, loved painting this. Everything just hit, it clicked, it worked. The iron here was the same. This thing was just amazing. But then we have things like Morven Val, which I've only just been painting recently. Fucking hated it. It's horrible. It just looks like a pile of shit, basically. And because there was absolutely no enjoyment for it. It was just a horrible, horrible thing to kind of have to deal with. And I don't know why. But yeah, 100%. Don't feel bad that you feel bad for hating some of these models. And then we have like some super simple stuff. Like, this is literally just a Primaris Lieutenant from the magazine. And this thing was just an overwhelming, spectacular joy to paint. I wish I would legitimately have. Like, I bought 6 of these magazines. I should have bought 60, because these are just so damn fun to do. And it was so super simple. And I don't know why, but everything just absolutely clicked for it. It was amazing. Super fun. Other stuff, yeah, no, hate it. And the worst part is, you generally find it's the stuff that you're excited about, or you need on the table, or you want. They become absolute shitbags to paint. And it's not fun. And if it's not fun, why the hell are we doing this? How long does it take you to do one regular Space Marine? Difficult question to answer. If I'm really, really trying, so like that Rhonda Blackmane, for example, that was think it was about 5 hours. Or to get to this kind of standard, this table ready, super simple. This is about 45 minutes. Just pushing in some shadows and highlights and stuff. But yeah, no, and look, everybody's different. Don't ever feel bad that you aren't painting as fast as somebody or coming out with the kind of quality that somebody else may come out with in the same time. Like Sam Lenz. I'm gonna go out and say Sam Lenz is a buddy of mine. We've talked quite a few times. I've had him on the show. We're doing more shows together. Just super cool, awesome guy. He is a super fast painter. He's been trying to slow himself down just to be, to get, because I think he thinks he has to, kind of thing. Wants to slow down, pay more attention to details. But yeah, I'm gonna say he's a buddy of mine. Sam Lenz is my friend. The shit that man can achieve in the same amount of time that it takes me to make this pile of shit is absolutely phenomenal. In saying that, this gentleman is also one of the more decorated hobby miniature painters in the world. It's just, whoa, the guy's amazing. But yeah, so yeah, I can't compare myself to Sam. It's not fair on either of us, especially me. But yeah, it's just one of those things. So what do you guys do? It's love painting ogres. Yeah, I've never painted ogres. Struggle to finish anything different though. I don't know why. It could just be that one thing that you enjoy that the most. So that's really, and that's fine. Love your live stream, man. Gotta go feed the kids. See you in the next one. Thanks for turning up, Joshua, man. I appreciate you 100%. Appreciate all of you. For me, I can spend 50 hours on a model. It can always be better if I put more into it. Yeah. About 15 hours on most of them. Yeah, I'm very similar. I usually paint pretty quick. Just because I'm Australian, we're not here to fuck spiders. But yeah, I always just find something to come back to, and that's my biggest thing. So where is? Let me find something, and I have a fantastic example. Oh, but I do not have a good knee. That's the issue at the moment. All right, let's do this. Okay, so I am very quickly approaching. Probably, honestly, the 12-hour mark with this thing. Because I keep coming back and forward and back and forward and back and forward. Every time I look at it, I find something else that I want to fix. Like this big old loincloth at the moment. That's being reworked, so we're just back to your basic shadows and highlights for the time being. The sword, I kind of want to redo a little bit of the energy in there. And the hair. The armor I'm happy with at the moment. I would like it to pop a little bit more, but we'll see how we go. So that's about 12 hours, okay? Compared to this thing that I've only touched on live streams. It's been 2 live streams, so maybe a grand total of 2, max 2.5 hours. That's the kind of work that it is. So like comparing those, and yes, I love magenta. Comparing these two things, where we're at 2 to 3 hours compared to 12. Sometimes it's stupid. I will go out and say though, one of the biggest reasons this has taken so long is I actually did all that gold originally in non-metallic metal, and it was just far too busy, so I went back over true metallics. Because my non-metallic style is somewhat cartoonish, which this is probably a pretty good example of when it settles in. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. One of my favorite things to paint is different markings and bold patterns. Yes. With ogres, I paint different pant patterns. At a glance, I can tell which units are. Yeah, man, I love doing stuff like that. Harlequins nearly broke me, just because all those goddamn diamonds. My favorite thing to paint is a random grunt, like my infiltrators I'm working on. I like to give each a name and a tiny backstory as I'm painting them and giving them some battle scars. That's character. That's 100% character, and I absolutely love it. That is probably, it's one of those things that's, it's just super cool to pull shit like that out. Oh, I still gotta do blue. Why did we do this? Why did we do this? But yeah, no, it's, I don't know, man. It's, I just love different models. I actually have, whoop, here we go. Been years, but painted a Neuron army, which with some scenery pieces. Love it. Yeah, no, I'd love. Oh, Necron. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. I'm thinking Neuron is that from a like a one of like 3 systems that I haven't played. But yeah, no, I don't know, man. I just love painting. It really is just one of those things that is super duper enjoyable. I personally, I don't feel like there is ever a shit paint job. In miniatures, shit paint jobs can definitely be achieved elsewhere. Um, but I think as long as you are kind of pushing some pigments around, that is not a bad thing. Um, Quality of work obviously varies, and that's fine. There's no problem with that at all. Um, because everybody's different. But I would rather see a shit paint job that somebody had an absolute blast with, um, instead of uh, a painter that has put, or an artist at this point, I'm guessing, that has put like 100 hours into it and enjoyed nothing. Like the whole thing has just become a piece that they absolutely they loathe. They don't want to see it again. Um, like everybody obviously has different reasons for painting. Me personally, it's because I enjoy the shit out of it. And my gaming circle where I live is not massive. I live in a not a little town, but wargaming to start with is niche, so you don't find it everywhere. Um, but yeah, that's me. I'm just that guy, not that guy that makes you read the fucking rules. That's shit. Um, but yeah, and I would try just about anything. Actually, here's a question. Here's a fantastic question for everybody. Oh, thanks, Pam. Appreciate it. So here's a question. My biggest question: what games, systems, or models do you guys like and or play on the paint that is not what's it called? That is not a GW product. So do you play like Star Wars Legion? Do you like Marvel Crisis Protocol? If you like Marvel Crisis Protocol, we can be best friends forever. I gotta be better with this whole double camera thing. Two Slugger. Sometimes the assembly is irritating after you get through assembling an entire army. I fucking hate assembling things. That is my biggest bugaboo, especially when it's shit to assemble. So something like, and I don't know why, it seems like I'm the only person. For some reason, it feels like I'm the only person that hated putting together the Sisters of Silence. Fucking hated these models. I cannot. I cannot. There is no actual words to describe how I feel about those models. And the worst part is they weren't for me. They were for my buddy. It's that same Shadowkeepers commission. And he just sent me so fucking many. And the running joke at the moment, or has been for a while, is that he's going to send me more sisters every time I piss him off. Which I'm a follower of the laughing god. Like I'm going to piss you off constantly, man. It's one of those things. But no, I hate assembling things. I feel you too, Sluggers. Assembling can be so annoying. Yeah. It's just it irritates me. But then what irritates me even more is but for some reason it's only GW stuff, when I don't get the option to assemble something. But here's the weird thing. I hate assembling things. I love converting things. Figure that one out. The worst part, I feel like, of the hobby is having to clip sprues and fucking clean up and shave things so they fit. But then my absolute favorite thing to do is clip sprues, shave things, and change things until they fit. Like, what? Yeah. The variant, what's going on? But I don't know, man. It's just so... I am walking, talking, barely walking, to be honest. I'm just a straight up idiot, I suppose. My wife will agree with that. Alrighty, so for everybody out there that is not that hasn't been painting for forever, we popped some blues in there, and here is our shadow color. It's purple. I know, it feels weird. Why don't you just go with the dark blue? But trust me, this is something that you'll start to use forever and ever. Purple makes it just makes it so much more interesting to look at, because we're giving a variance of hue, and of course it's actually a warm blue. Purple, that's all you gotta look at it as. So blue is pretty cold color. Purple, how do you make purple? Blue and red. So what is red? It's a warm color. So what is purple? A warm blue. Super weird way to think about it. And if you want to get super duper technical into color theory, it is also an incorrect way to think about it. But if you use it in the sense of that it is a warm blue, then you will find uses for it everywhere. Look, man, look at that. Like, I know it's a bit hard to tell, but we've basically just put some shadows in there, and it pops out. Oh yeah, color magic. Like when you highlight green with bright yellow. Oh, that's that Vince McMahon meme. It's that same thing. I can't stress to people enough. And I still even see it in people that should know better, and have been painting for decades, longer than I. And even, all right, so there's this guy. Okay, he is a far superior painter than I am. His brush control is ridiculously amazing. His airbrush work is fantastic. His color choice is even pretty good. But he still highlights everything with the base color plus white. So everything becomes desaturated. And look, that's fine. Sometimes that may actually be what you want. And there is no problem with that at all. However, white is a color that desaturates other colors. If you want to retain some color, you want to highlight with a lighter version of that color, or something like with greens and yellows, pure color magic. and that comes from experimenting. So, pure white is also something I have an issue with. So my here we go. Other than black, my three most used colors in this entire hobby is ice yellow. It is off-white, and I have many bottles of this one. Pale grey blue. Okay, so this is a lot more yellow than it looks. Okay, so that can be popped out into just about anything warm. This white, this off-white goes into anything neutral, and this pale grey blue, this goes into anything cold. And that's how I just have bottle after bottle of these ones specifically. It's just, it is amazing. That's the secret sauce to a lot of this stuff. It's just learning what colors do what with what. It's the same with black. I either not highlight. I very, very rarely use a straight black. I'll add a tiny bit of purple or a tiny bit of like dark sea green or dark sea blue. On black primer, I use Dawnstone Grey to build up saturation and coverage for bright colors. Yeah, that's fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that kind of stuff at all. And same thing, Dawnstone is a fantastic neutral off white. It's just one of those things, man. It just bewilders me sometimes. Like, not that I am no king painter. Like, you were literally watching me paint this pile of shit. But yeah, I don't know. It's things like that get me, and I get that everybody's different and they like to paint differently, and I am using the complete wrong brush to be doing edge highlighting with. Edge highlighting is another thing that irks me sometimes, because I like trying to do a slightly more realistic, there we go, placements. So let's just do this instead of edge highlighting. But yeah, color theory, you don't have to go crazy. It's just like music. You don't have to go crazy on it. A little bit will do you a lot of good. You don't have to feel trapped into it. Because at the end of the day, this is your plastic toy soldier. You can do as you please. And there's absolutely nothing wrong at that at all. All the thumbs up, all the claps. I love it. Thanks for the follow. I love you too. Just for the record, he didn't say I love you. I was just saying I love him. But it's a lot of fun, man. What's going on in the real world? What other games are we playing? I noticed that nobody answered that. Are we only just Games Workshop players? There's nothing else that you play? We got some D&D fans in the house tonight. Do we have some Marvel Crisis Protocols? Star Wars Legion. Anybody excited for Star Wars Shatterpoint to come out? This is going to be a hot one. Is anybody excited for? Whoa, good lord, that was terrible. Anybody excited for the Apex Legends board game to come out by Unplugged? Glass Cannon Unplugged, I should be saying. I definitely should be saying it because I am part of their content creation guides for it, which was super cool. Yeah, so a little bit of blue, a little bit of purple. Everything is going El Popo. I do have to fix up that green. That is irking me. What games are we playing? Writ My Own Native playtest. Ooh, I am all about that. What's up, Butterscotch? What kind of game is it? Are you talking, is it a little bit more skirmish? Is it something based around like full army, whole army, that kind of thing? Big army stuff is quite hard to do. I play D&D a lot, and can call. I'm with you. Looking forward to pre-orders on Saturday. I'm going to get my I'm going to get my custodian's boarding party. Oh, it will be mine. You know what's hilarious about that two slugger? Um, that box for a boarding list is illegal. It is overpointed. I have heard this from a banana player friend of mine, who just kind of looked sideways and thought this is fucking stupid. But we should be used to it because this poor guy, his two main armies are Death Guard, and Custodes. Both of the patrol boxes are illegal. It's a wonderful thing. Yeah, I found that absolutely hilarious. But in saying that, still gives you more than enough to start off with. We're been looking at Goblin Slayer. Trying to get my friends to play, but they like the D&D system better. Look, there's so many. I think we find fanboys, and fanboys isn't really the nicest term, because they could be of all genders. We find fans, um, just people that are just ridiculously sold on a single IP or a single system that they won't budge. I have a few friends like that. I do podcasts with a few guys like that. They just won't wiggle out of their direct interest, and I find it strange. But yeah. Currently combining it with the old combat patrol box I snagged, so it's like 1,200 or more points. Yay! That's solid. Yeah, that's a pretty good way to go, and especially when the army range is fairly limited. Like there's not that many units. It's a small data sheet pool. Those boxes are amazing ways to get everything. There we go. 1/2500th scale. It's fucking huge. Good lord. Are you playing with ants? But that's fantastic. I love that. Carlos Garcia. Hola. Let's see. What else can we do to this stupid thing? I might have to get a reference for like other little bits and pieces from Voltron. But let's have a look. I've got the crests. The whole backplate is they're actually grey, of course. And of course we have a goddamn tunic. Okay, that's fine. Alright, let's highlight some red. I feel like it's at least something. Going some way. Let's pop that back up. Jeeves! Thanks for the follow and the like. What is up? We are painting a horribly colored Voltron model. Not my idea, but it's been a blast, I suppose. We get to do fun stuff here. I actually got some cool stuff coming up for the channel that I should have been recording for today. Where is... Need more reds. Red. Oh. What Scarlet might could do. Just super orangey red. I was looking for Carmine. There it is. Carmine red. It's meant to be easy for people to carry their minis with them, not need a big space to play. Look, that's solid. And I think that's why a lot of people have started gravitating towards skirmish games, because you only need a handful of models. That and price, of course. Speaking of the Banana Patrol box, I just got one today. Oh, look at you go, Fancy Pants. So is that why assembly is that why you were agreeing with your sluggers? Because the assembly is annoying you because you're currently putting together bananas? Watch out for those stupid little side things. They come off easily and frequently. I've had to re-glue those a few times. The bikes are fairly fun to paint though. I did enjoy that. What I did not enjoy, however, was how damn much gold there is. Like, stick with me on this one. We know they're bananas, okay? They are the golden boys. Big tanks. They are a bright shining gold of the Emperor. So we know that there's gold involved. But when you paint something like Shadow Keepers that are primarily black, little twinges of red here and there, at least mine are. They all that trim, all that decoration, all the tchotchke just becomes so overwhelmingly redonkulous that there is so much of it. That absolutely blew my mind. I ended up painting so Trajan I painted as normal. But the others obviously they went black. They've got black armor, the gold trim, some red pauldrons, just that kind of thing. Super simple, super lovely. And just oh my god, Trajan! I painted Trajan quicker, doing the entire thing gold with washes and all the rest of it and highlighting. Then it took me to do a single, just a standard banana fellow. Because then I had to pick out all that damn trim, and that sucked. It actually sucked. Oh, but we digress. See, this is why I go dark banana, so I don't have to worry about too much gold. No. There is so much more gold when you do a black. It's ridiculous. Oh, what's going on here? I'm just checking notifications. Don't worry. Don't stress, guys. Oh, chicken bucket. Thanks for joining. Don't look at me funny. That wasn't my pick. That's not my name. And not my name. That's not my name. Alrighty. We need to start popping. Let's get that scarlet out now. Popping up this red. And if I'm going to get this finished before the stream finishes, I am going to have to hurry them the fuck up. Otherwise, I'm not going to get there. And this is probably not something that I want to do again. But yeah, it's been fun. It's definitely different. Which is cool. I do like doing things differently from most other people. Like, Scott from Miniac, he has a successful YouTube. I decided to go another way and just have an incredibly shit one. And of course, that was by design. That was like 100% what I was trying to do. There we go. There pops that red a little bit. Yeah, I like that red. Not on that side, but there I like that red on that arm. Oh shit. Oh, all right. Straight up. Do I have any other platforms? I do. So obviously TikTok. Usually does the best for most things. Today is a little bit slower because of the revealed preview thing with GW, which I fully expected. I nearly wasn't going to stream today because of it, but I thought, no, fuck this. I'm going to do as I do. What just happened to my camera? Oh, dear. Give me a second, guys. Something's just gone on with my main camera. Oh, battery's dead. Fucking cool. All right, let's change some stuff around. So people on YouTube, you'll have to give me just a moment. While I sort something out here. Let's do no, stay there. Why is life like this? Look, I'm just gonna do this. So YouTube for the moment, yeah. And what happened here? And I dropped him in the damn paint. What is wrong with today? What the fuck is going on with everything? If you want to know how to get rid of big splotches, this looks like it's making it worse, but it basically, I'm just grabbing an old brush, soaked it down, and just over watering that big blob of paint. It's basically going to thin it out, and then we can start to soak up a lot of it. You probably won't get all of it up, but it'll be thin enough that it doesn't matter. There we go. Oh, what a shit day. And I don't have that long left on streaming. Where I've been up here for an hour and a half though, so I suppose that's one thing. I don't think we're going to get this finished today. So let's do some talking head stuff instead. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a curse. Something always happens when I'm on Night Watch and I catch a live stream. It's you, is it? You have done this to me. It's fine. We digress. I've been suspecting that my battery for my camera has been dying for quite some time. I've been meaning to get a coupler. Is that the right word? Adapter. Coupler. Fucking hell. I've been meaning to get an adapter for quite some time, just to plug it in so I don't actually have to rely on that kind of thing. So what I am going to do... Wait, night shifts? What do you do on the night shift? What does everybody do for a living? Where is everybody from? Let's do that thing. Well, I set something really cool up that I can show you. And YouTube, you'll be able to come along for this one as well. I will make it so. But here's the question. Lights or no lights? You're from Tasmania. I actually grew up in Tasmania. I grew up in Midway Point, near Sorell, which is also near Hobart, which is also near everything else because Tasmania is fucking tiny. I'm now in New South Wales. What part of Tas are you from? Because if you're from the good part of Tasmania and you need an electrician, boy oh boy, do I have the guy for you. Northland and Devonport. Why the fuck do we have so many people from Tasmania? This is fucking different. And straight out of Risdon. That's a joke that literally only the Tasmanians will get. All right, let's swing some stuff around. Let's show you guys through something that I've been working on. It actually debuted last night, which is super cool. So we'll start off with tickety tuck. That is stuck. Oh my god. Why is things so difficult today? Okay, don't look at that. Look at that. There we go. God damn it. Good. So my phone stand has a... Good lord. Yeah, so the phone stand's got a light on it. So obviously light, it needs power. That power cord then just got wrapped around the damn air compressor that was being a butthole to start with this morning. You're in the Navy, currently deployed in Japan. When I get night shift, normally I have a gun and guard the ship. That's okay. That was not an answer I was expecting. I thought you were going to say like nurse or something. Um, but come and check this out. Holy crap. Oh my god. Everything is wrapped around everything else. Can you see it? Do I have to bring it over closer? Don't look at my closet in the background. Don't tell people how I live. But yeah, so this is what I've been working up for a while. Close to the region. That's cool. YouTube, say hello to TikTok. This is what's been going on in here. So yeah, this thing I've been procrastinating about for so very long. This is the new set for Warhammer 40k in 40 seconds. It's coming out. I'm pretty happy with it so far. It's just been super cool. Makes me think 261. Yeah, no, it's I don't know. Something just popped. This is so I did literally next door to nothing for this. People have been saying great job, but I did nothing. Our guys from TikTok, our guys from YouTube are saying hello. I love this. There's like two communities folding over to each other. So yeah, so this thing is basically just the Dead Zone terrain pack, which I thought was absolutely phenomenal to start with. It's all modular. It comes in these pieces like that, and you literally in the little side holes you get these little connectors, and everything just pops in, and it's just super awesome. Gonna watch on YouTube now. All right, Tyreek is coming over. He's saying hello to everybody. Is it Tyreek or Tyrick? One of the two. Tea's coming. Not dinner. But yeah, so it's just the Dead Zone stuff, and super cool modular system. They were kind enough to send it out to me as part of a sponsorship thing, and now it's going to be used every night, or is it? Because there is actually what you can't see. There you go, YouTube, a little sneak peek. There is a little thing over the other side. So this is a small box, okay, but it's double the size. So there's another what's called TikTok and get a full view. There we go. Slip down a little bit. Don't know what's going on there. So yeah, it's just super cool. Hey, it's me. Most say the first one. I intended to be the second one. No fuss though. I'm just gonna your T to me from now on. Your T. But yeah, no, it just came out cool, man, and like the stupid little things like these tea lights. Try and get those out of the light so I can pick it up. Yeah, not working for anybody. But it just adds this little bit of glow, for some ambiance, and it's just cool, man. I just had an absolute blast with it. Like if I take off this light, there we go. It's too dark for YouTube, but now if I put this light on, like obviously it goes behind the building. But no, it was just super cool. And I am making another one for what's it called? Welcome to the YouTube side. Oh shit. But yeah, so there is another one coming. It's going to be a little bit more temple-y. So we have one that's somewhat fantasy. When I say temple, what I actually mean is the church from Mortal Kombat. Which will be super cool. I'm excited about that. Which also actually happens to be the game that I am working on. Not actually Mortal Kombat, but a version of basically just fight phases for Mortal Kombat, which will be pretty super freaking awesome. To be honest, it's just one of those things. I grew up with Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, arcade machines. So I thought that'd be cool, and if we can introduce some wargaming stuff to it, and I'm all for it. Alrighty, since we've got one dead camera. Yeah, what else do you have? Come on, T, what you got? Or is it thank you for me? Me, let's pull some stuff out. Let's do it. Let me. Can I actually flip this? It doesn't look like I can. That's stupid. All right, you guys just that. So I'm a Night Lords player. I'm a Harlequin player. And basically Inari. If it's an elf, I have it. I've gone through all that, but I suppose what I actually am, people, and this is going to be the cool thing. I am a dickhead. No, but yes, except where are we? Oh, you can't see that at all. So over on TikTok, we'll start here. TikTok. Yeah, so the guys from Marvel Crisis Protocol. I am a big Marvel Crisis Protocol fan. Let's see if we can do this real quick before we do a bit of a sign off. There we go. Will it be enough? Haha! Well, we are returned. Alright, so we can come back over here. Uh-oh. Oh dear God. There we go. Let me just change over because we've got the camera back. Zip that back down. My talking head can go to the side. Yeah, so X-Men. I'm big X-Men fan. Love Marvel Crisis. But I will play just about anything. So, yeah. I have some Gutbusters, Space Marines, got rid of them though after 9th. Deleted the rules from most of my troops. Yeah, there was a big old change out in 9th, hey. It was, yeah. Banana pancakes! Ding, ding, ding! This is for you. Also, there we go. 3 bananas. I don't know. There we go. Bananas. But yeah, you feel guilty for having a hobby that's so expensive when I wasn't able to find a playground for. Yeah, it's rough. If there is a server or something, I could just post pictures of and share. That's fair. Well, I'm glad you mentioned it. We actually do have a Heresy for Heretics Discord. There's not a lot going on in it at the moment. At the moment, it's literally just myself, Zach, who is going to be part of the channel from here on out, and Dalton from Risky Rollers. But if you want to go and check out the Heresy for Heretics, we're on Facebook, a little Instagram, a little Facebook too, obviously YouTube and TikTok, and the Discord server. If you wanted to jump onto the Discord server, it's going to be something we try and push a bunch. I'm on TTS most nights, just playing games because we can. That's kind of the fun part. I don't play a lot of AOS, but I would love to learn some more. Old World is something that I'm 100% going to be up and in the grill of. But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. You play Bananas, Quins, and Bloods. What a mix. That's fair. Hopefully you convert some people to the dark side. Yeah, no, we know who you meant by dark side. 40k is definitely dark side. But you know, there's a bunch of other stuff that I'm super excited for. So like the Apex Legends thing, super duper excited for. Zach and I are going to be doing some battle reports. What's the link? That is a damn good question. Let's go and find it. I am just bringing it up, like, literally now. I'll put it in the chat. Where is it? Copy. There you go. There is the Heresy for heretics. Guys on TikTok, my apologies. I don't have the link for you guys. But if you jump over to the Facebook, it should be in there in a post somewhere. But yeah, if you guys want to add some people that you do know, what's come in, it's all just about having fun and shit talk. You can be an asshole, just don't be a massive one, and yeah, just doing fun stuff. We're gonna be. We'll have to see how we go because I talked to obviously a lot of the hobby heroes. So whoever wants to join, John and Scott most probably not. They've got a whole bunch of their own things they've got going, but you never know. Maybe Mr. Sam Lens. He's now upgraded to my best friend. But we are going to start to get out of here. Start to wrap some of this stuff up because, as some of you will know, out in Australia it's about 11 o'clock in the morning. So I have a wife that should be returning home shortly, which means I should probably clean something up. But no, I've had an absolute blast. Let's have one last look at this damn thing. Look, I might, since this was such a fun stream, I might even finish this thing up and post some pictures of it around. I can't believe that we did a damn Voltron model. But I love it. That was a lot. I had an absolute blast. Thank you so much, everybody, for jumping in. I hope to see a lot of you guys in the Discord and in the threads, and the live streams again. Let us know if there is any model in particular that you'd like to see us paint or assemble. I probably will, if I have to assemble it on air, there's probably going to be whatever miniature that is shaped hole in my wall. But thanks for jumping in, guys. I had an absolute blast. And I suppose, yeah, we'll see you next time. If I don't see you, you'll see me. So let's get out of here.